Hi there Libra, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 8th of September. This week begins with a powerful full moon. A full moon that occurs in the part of your horoscope that's to do with obligations, your work, and also the things that you do for other people that are perhaps very thoughtful and kind. And you can be someone who is very aware of what other people are going through, and your sensitivity this week can be extraordinarily high, and this could see you doing something very compassionate and thoughtful, and that can definitely be something that will be well received. But you also need to make sure that your needs are met first, and generally your physical vitality may be just that tad lower than it has been of late. And if you find yourself wanting to keep the world at a little bit of a distance, and particularly in the early parts of this week, it wouldn't be so much of a surprise. And someone could ask you to do them a major favour. And if your instinct normally would be to say, yes, of course I help you, cover a shift, look after a child, perhaps help them out financially, just be a little bit careful, because someone could disguise behind an apparent veneer of charm and sincerity a rather cunning approach to getting something from you which they're not really appreciating at all. It's just basically because they feel they want to use you. Now that's not a very nice thing to say on my part, but unfortunately it's one of the human traits that is out there. We all do use one another at times. But of course you may not want to be cynical and just say no out of hand. So it's more about being discriminating about the help that you give. And it doesn't mean you shouldn't help anyone that you genuinely trust and want to assist. But if you are asked to do something that seems to be beyond the call of duty, then I would say no, because your physical vitality really won't appreciate any extra burden at this time. Now Venus, your ruling planet, is also in a very tender area too, and it's facing up to the planet of dreams, Neptune. These kind of dynamics can come out in a close personal relationship as well, or even in a love relationship. If you have been feeling very confused about what someone feels about you, I could really relate to that looking at your stars at this time. But wait for this week to progress, because the Sun actually does make a very sound link to Saturn from Tuesday through to the end of the week. And some of the things that you've been doing behind the scenes for some while, some months, even a couple of years, are inching towards giving you some kind of evidence of a tangible return, and that can be highly pleasing for you. And also from the middle of the week, in your opposite sign, Uranus starts to sparkle with Jupiter in a very exploratory part of your situation. This suggests there may be one connection you can make later this week which takes you out of this more inward phase and really sets you alight. It could be someone who is fascinating, who's quick-witted, funny, perhaps challenging in some ways, but there's a real sense of excitement that can come from getting together and really urging each other on. You can be mutually very motivating to one another. And then right at the end of this week, on Sunday, Mars moves out of your sector of resources and into a really fast moving area where it's going to pep up your desire to have your voice heard. It's also going to give you greater desire to be more active and to move around more. So this period when you have been a little bit quieter, it's not going to be completely at a close by the end of this week, but by the middle of next week you will be emerging as the Sun comes into your sign, and with the help of Mars in this splendid new location as this week draws to a close, you're really building up to gain much more energy and traction later in September. Thank you for joining me, good luck, and goodbye for now.